Somebody I was just reading on the comments here, Brandon Parker likes Serena and Nadal. I'm guessing that is to win it. It's got the money mouth emoji. It's just like the thing. But Nadal 4.33 there, Novak Djokovic 1.73. Now, obviously, I think part of the price there for Rafael Nadal to win it all is because he's up against Roger Federer. Now, one thing that we were talking about was obviously as Wimbledon goes on, the grass court becomes more and more like a surface of a clay. Is that true now, Snice? Is the quality of the grass starting to go?
Yes, as with all grass tournaments, as the grass gets exposed to play, people move around, they slide around, especially around the baselines. It wears down, looks a bit, if it's rainy, which it hasn't been, it gets muddy as well. But we haven't had that, luckily. No rain at all, actually. But yeah, the grass court wears down, it gets a bit slower, which obviously plays into the hands of a clay court assassin like Nadal. So it'll definitely help him here playing Federer late into this tournament.
Yeah, and 1.71 just on the money line there for Rafael Nadal. Would you take it, or is there something else that you're looking at?
No, I wouldn't take that. As I'm probably going to go, head to head with Whale here, but as I've said, I believe that Federer is the man who's going to go to the final here. I've been eyeing this matchup versus Nadal, and I think that Federer is the man to get through. That said, though, as I already have 2 futures down on Federer, both to win the tournament and to reach the final, I'm not going to, triple down here. I'm going to keep it a bit sensible. So what I've gone ahead and done instead is I've looked at alternative options for this match. So yeah, here we are. This is the epic rematch of the 2008 Wimbledon final. Many regard it as the best tennis match of all time. Both these crowd-beloved tennis colossals have looked very sharp, dispatched most opposition without too much trouble. Nadal had some sketchy sequences versus Querrey, but managed it. It was a good grass court, by the way. Federer ran into a fresh Nishikori for once today. Doesn't happen often. So he dropped a set there, but then turned it on and came through. Last time these two met in a slam, that was in 2017 of the Australian Open. And that was a 5-set thriller, which Federer won 3-2. And I can't really look past another epic tussle here. Both have been dominant behind their serves. I'm expecting long sets. I'm expecting at least 4 sets and a 5-set thriller very much on the cards here. So I saw a line at 42.5 games, and I immediately hit the over there. And I got that at 2.00 or plus 100. So even money on the over.
Well, I know, triple down. It's got a ring to it, but yeah, I like that look as well. I have to say, I think it's not just with Whale Kappa that you're head to head, or I think quite a few people are probably on Rafael Nadal. But listen, you're a great tennis handicapper, and I love it when these things happen. So obviously,
there's plenty of people on Federer too. This is a very hotly contested head to head here. No consensus in the community as to who's going to win this.
Really? Well, I don't know. If this was a seesaw, I think that the seesaw side for Nadal would have more people on it than the one sitting on Roger Federer's seesaw, and they would be up.
Yeah, okay. So
I would say there's more people.
Yes. Snize, you did an excellent job of setting up this matchup, but you did forget their last head-to-head in a slam was 3-0 to Nadal at the French Open, like a couple weeks ago. I guess it was such a quick match. It was such a beatdown. It's easy to forget about it. I mean, it was like that. He just utterly, wiped the Roland Garros dirt with him in his stupid brown shirt. But I'm just being sarcastic. I think Federer absolutely has a fighter's chance in this one. Absolutely. He has gotten stronger and stronger and is moving better and better as the tournament has gone on. You look at his results, you say, oh, well, he dropped a set to, Lloyd Harris, George Lloyd Harris, and he dropped a set to Nishikori today. I don't really hold those against him at all. His service has been superlative. His pressure that he put on Nishikori every single service game after the first set, he was on him. And really, really made him fight for every single game that he won there. That mentality, that form is going to be very, very tough for Nadal to beat on grass. Nadal is playing well now. Most of my confidence to this point was all based on price. I didn't think that Nadal should have been priced in the futures market. I thought he should have been about the same exact price as Federer, not necessarily higher than him. And so that was really kind of my entire angle, because I was thinking, we're going to get to this point in the tournament and Nadal's going to be an underdog and people are going to expect Federer to return the favor of having just beaten him to a pulp at Roland Garros, and now it's Federer's turn to beat Nadal to a pulp now that it's on grass in Wimbledon. But lo and behold, the entire market flipped on this. And Nadal now, the favorite in this on the opener was surprising. I mean, not surprising if you were watching the futures market, because Nadal took more and more and more futures money as week two has gone on here. But yeah, they opened it Nadal a favorite, and Nadal has gotten bet up from like minus 115 to about minus 135 now. 20 cents of movement in the favor, in the direction of Nadal here. So you're right, Natalie, you are spot on. There are more people getting on the Nadal side of the seesaw here, and it's flipped my opinion, actually. I see value now on the Federer number. I think this is 100% a coin flip match. I think this is 5 sets written all over it. Snies, you brought up the 2017 epic Australian Open final that went 5 sets. This has every makings for that in terms of the form of the players, in terms of how much tennis they've played to get here, in terms of just their overall strengths and ability to penetrate each other's games. It's absolutely perfectly set up for a 5-set match. I like over 4.5 sets at plus 225 or 3.25 if you're in the EU. If you're going to give me the opportunity pre-match to bet Federer at plus money, I will take that every time, because Nadal starts slow. The idea that Nadal is going to come out and light the world on fire from set 1 and be in control of this match from gate to wire is lunacy. It's crazy, and people are all into live betting right now. They are all about it, and I can almost certainly tell you that Federer will win. Should be the favorite to win set 1 here, and whatever happens after that, there should be some good back and forth. But I just do not see the way that Nadal starts tennis matches. I do not see any stretch of the imagination where he wins wire to wire. If you think he should be the favorite, and if you think Nadal will win set 1, you might as well back Nadal 3-0, because he gets the ball going, rolling downhill as his momentum picks up here. But I don't see that at all. I think Federer takes the first set here. I think this is a back and forth match where they exchange punches for 5 sets. And so I'll happily take Federer at plus money pre-match, and I will happily take Nadal at plus money after Federer wins, set number 1. I think it's worth sprinkling some money on Federer to win the first set at plus money, and I think over, however you want to play it, is worth the swing here. Over 3.5 sets is probably a decent parlay piece with some reduced juice. Djokovic handicap, like maybe Djokovic minus 5.5 with parlayed with over 3.5 sets here, is probably a good way to put together a nice plus money ACA. But this should be one of the better tennis matches we get to see in all of 2019, and I absolutely cannot wait for it. And if I was forced to make a call, I'm looking for Federer here 3-2.
Ooh, okay. But what you're going to do is you're taking Federer on the money line right now because you think he's going to win the first set. That's going to bump up Nadal's price, and then you're going to go over and you're going to get a little bit of Nadal love as well. There we go.
That's right. I'll have
beating those bookies up there again.
Plus money in both hands, and then I kick the feet up and enjoy the rest of the match.